Hello everybody, Dirty Jersey here with my RIVOLTA Regatta. This is really weird. Okay everybody, so today we're gonna be doing some upgrades to my RIVOLTA Regatta. Really great guitar, but there's just some things about it that are not 100% me. I need hotter pickups in it. I want push-pull coil taps, so we're gonna do all that. I went ahead and just bought a brand new 3-way switch too, and yeah, should be pretty good. Got some Grover locking tuners. Yeah, so a little bit about this guitar: mahogany body, mahogany neck, ebony fretboard. It's got some big ass frets on it. Really nice. I don't know if these are real mother of pearl. It wouldn't surprise me, but also it wouldn't surprise me if they weren't. It's a semi-hollow, but the trick with this one is that it's got a cap on the back for the electronics, which was a really big selling point for me. So, all that being said, I'm going to take you through everything I got for this thing real quick, and then we're going to get set up over at the workbench, and we'll try some stuff out. First things first, the neck pickup. Went with the DiMarzio Air Norton. I love this pickup. I got it in cream with the black bobbins because the cream kind of matches the binding and the inlays a little bit. That's going to be for the neck. Really great pickup. I have it in another guitar, so I'm excited to get it in this one. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to cross out my full name here because they wrote it on here, but I built a custom bridge pickup for this thing. This is what I've been waiting on. I'm really excited to hear this thing. So when you build these things, you pick the style, you pick everything that goes into the pickup, even down to the magnet. I told them I basically wanted a hotter version of the SH11, which is also known as the Seymour Duncan Custom. They were out of stock. That's the only reason I didn't just buy one of those. But yeah, this thing should be pretty hot. The output is 15.43, if you can see there. Here's what it looks like. It's kind of hard to see at the reflection, but I got black bobbins to match those black bobbins. If I can get the lighting right, you can see it says Seymour Duncan on it. I told them I like to wear the brands that I like on my sleeve, so I told them to write it on there if they could. So that should look pretty good in there. I'm excited for that. Moving on, Grover locking tuners. Cannot go wrong with these bad boys. Might have to drill out the headstock a little bit to make them fit, but that's easy work. DiMarzio 500K tone pots, push-pull. I got 3 of them just because, well, it gives me some leeway if I fuck one of them up in the build. Got a Switchcraft 3-way switch here. Again, cannot go wrong with Switchcraft. Some of the best stuff around. And then just some weird wooden yin-yang things that kind of go with the red coloring for knobs. And I thought these were kind of cool. A little gaggy, but they're like stainless steel switch tips. Yeah, so should be pretty cool. Let me go set up the workbench, and yeah, we'll get started here. Guys, so the first thing we're gonna do is take the strings off, and I'm gonna take a look at the tuners and see what we got to do to get the Grovers on. No point in stripping all this and whatnot if I fuck up the headstock. So here we go. Okay guys, so obviously got the strings off. I think my camera angle was a little messed up when I did that time lapse, but it is what it is. I got it fixed now. Couple tricks I got, just things that probably exist already, because these things are all held on just by the force of the strings. I like to put a little painter's tape over these just to keep them from moving, so your setup isn't all messed up by the time you get back to putting the strings back on. And obviously we're going to keep the strings in here because we have to reuse them, because I did not buy new strings for this. So I will see you up at the headstock in 1 second. Buddy, so looking at these tuners and the Grover tuners here, I think it's going to be cutting it close as I look at the nasty stuff on here, but we're going to get these off, and then we're going to open up the new tuners and just see what we're working with. So let's do that. So what I'm trying to do right now is remove, I guess you would consider this a bushing? I don't know. From these holes. This last one, if I can get the camera in there. So that's what's giving me some trouble. And you may have seen in that time lapse, I flipped it over, tried to peel it off and whatnot. I just want to put a disclaimer right now. I don't know what I'm doing. I just know what I have to do. And in order to do what I have to do, I'm going to just figure it out along the way. Now there is, to reveal underneath these tuning pegs, there's some finish issues here. Not issues, but definitely some quality control stuff as far as I'm concerned. That's probably going to show up after I drill out these holes if I have to. That all being said, this is going to be a workhorse guitar for me for my new band slash project that's coming out. So I don't really mind a few blemishes here and there, especially if at the end of the day I'm enjoying the instrument a whole lot more. But definitely don't try or do anything the way I'm doing it, because I'm sure there's a better way to do it. This is strictly, well, hey, do it if you have to do it. Alright, so we got the old tuners out and the bushings. The front looks pretty good. The back, you can still see some of the blemishes, I'm sure, that you saw in the last video from the old tuners. Probably a little bit from me, and some just hidden by the tuners. There's some quality stuff on this guitar, like the Bi Novo guitars. It's so out of whack, and upside down, of course. But you can kind of see the lettering here is a little iffy. But you know what? It's a great instrument. It really is. Alright, we're going to crack open these Grovers, and we're gonna test fit one and see where we got to drill. Well, got my Grover tuner here, locking tuner. She ain't gonna fit. So let's drill some holes. All right, I think we're gonna go for the first drill. I put painter's tape over this to help prevent blowout. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Don't kill me too much, everybody. Oh man, that was really cringe. Oh, let's see the damage. Okay, so we're really getting crusty with our work job here. This was here from when I undid the, what's it called? So it actually came out pretty good. The front's even better as I hit my freaking guitar. This is terrible. You guys just see I'm such a perfect luthier. The front's completely fine, actually. You can't even tell I drilled anything. So much so that the hole is still actually not quite big enough. It wants a 25 and 64th drill bit, and all I have is a 3/8. So we're really getting crusty here. I was kind of hoping I could put the 3/8 through there and just kind of finesse the tuner in. I'm gonna run the drill through a little bit more and just kind of hope and pray that nobody's cringing too hard. Alright guys, so we got the first one on. As my GoPro can't focus for shit. First one's on, let me flip the guitar. Yeah, it looks good. Oh my god, this thing can't focus for shit. But yeah, it looks good. It looks straight. I'm gonna do what I just did again. I'm gonna time lapse it and pray that the next 5 go just as smoothly. Here we go. One thing that may not be smart is I'm not gonna take this one back out. Might be really stupid to leave it in there, but I'll just take my time with this one, drilling out and everything. It was a tight fit because I have a 3/8 drill bit, and this one wants a .391 sized hole. Man, I don't know what these numbers are.
The numbers, basically. What do they mean?
So basically, I got a 3/8 drill bit in there. Oh man, there's probably so many people on here that may or may not see this that are cringing so bad. But guess what? It worked. So let's keep going until it doesn't. Alright guys, the front came out pretty good. There is a shard or two that got ripped out in the back. This one seemed to split right up. This one seemed to split right up to the other hole, the screw hole, and this one has a big chunk out of it. The tuner should cover most of that. Also, like I said, this is a workhorse guitar. I don't care nearly as much as I probably should. So, let's get the rest of these tuners in and pray that I don't have to drill anything else today. And we can skip to the fun part, which is soldering. Alright guys, second tuner's in. It's pretty lopsided compared to this one. It's really not noticeable, but it did not go in nearly nice. Such are the woes of love and war, and we continue to press on because it does its job. And at the end of the day, as long as the thing stays in tune and these work in a general sense, it'll work. Alright, so this next one went in just by thumb pressure, pretty good. These 3 holes, they really need to be re-drilled a little bit wider. So I'm gonna do that off camera real quick, and then we'll catch back up. Alright guys, can you tell that I'm not a woodworker? I got these all in. They look good on the surface, and only I know what hell I went through getting them on. Definitely would take these to a guitar tech next time, or instead of getting overly excited and trying to get this shit done because I've been waiting for all these parts to come in, probably would wait till tomorrow and buy the proper drill bit. Nothing's broken. They're lined up pretty good. This second one that's just going to be a characteristic of the guitar, the fact that it is off. I don't know if you can see that on video. We'll show it later. But you know what? If that's the only issue we have putting this thing together, I am fine with that. If I line them all up just like this, you'll get to see the horror that is what I've created. So this one and this one's kind of bad. Ooh. I'll try to rectify that real quick, see if I can't. I don't think I'm gonna though, because I'm kind of sick and tired of fucking with this shit. And they're gonna do their job anyway. It kind of is what it is. I'm sure this is not the first guitar to have some tilted tuners like that. You know, every step of this vlog kind of makes me want to keep from posting it, because nobody else is ever going to notice this kind of stuff and how much of a shit job I did, except for myself and now the entire internet. But you know what? If this is on YouTube, you know this part made it in. I'm going to start stripping the electronics out of this thing. I'll probably wind up just cutting all this stuff out simply because I'm not going to reuse it. Won't probably ever touch these. Pickups, I don't know, maybe. They're not bad sounding, but they're not the greatest, in my personal opinion. I shouldn't say they're not the greatest. Tone-wise, they just don't have it for me. This is my first time seeing the inside of the control manual. I will say, still not a lot of room in there. I mean, there's enough, more than enough, but I didn't realize how fat the lip was around here. Anyway, let's get all this stuff out and start soldering some stuff up. Alright guys, so here's what they had in here. They had a couple 500K pots made in Korea. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen whatever the hell's going on here. It might be professional, it might not be. I am not a professional for sure. No way, these pickups are split coilable. Huh, that's what that's going on. Alright, there might be hope for these pickups yet. I realize this is a horrible angle, but the fact that these 2 wires are taped off tells me that I could put a push-pull pot on these pickups at a later date. So that changes things a little bit with how carefully I need to actually go about removing them. They really got these pickups twisted together pretty gnarly like. I'm trying to figure out what this wire is wrapping them together, if it's important. It looks like another ground. Oh, that's the bridge ground? Is that what that is? That is important. I'm gonna have to unravel that, I guess. So what I'm gonna do now is take some painter's tape just to keep it off and out of the way and where I know where it's at. So what you have in each of these wires here, which is really cool. It's kind of annoying they don't just put push-pulls in here. For the sake of you having 4 separate leads on here, or 4 conductors I should say, you might as well just give them push-pull pots, or at least the option to maybe spend $100 more and get one with it. Because I mean, that's kind of, I feel like if you go as far as to making a 4 conductor pickup, you might as well just give them the option if they want to pay extra even. So first thing I did after taking these out is just mark them bridge and neck. Bridge pickup, neck pickup. You can see your neck tenon right in here, which is kind of sick. Yeah, so I think I'll maybe use these at some point in some project, maybe down the road. Maybe we'll get the slonge machine over here going again. But I digress. We're gonna get these pickups out of these pickup rings, put the new pickup rings on, feed the wires through, get the new pickups in there, line everything up, and then start soldering. I will say I'm for sure one of these people where your workspace is a complete and utter mess. But that being said, I do know where everything is, and you definitely want to keep all original parts together. You never ever know what life will throw at you if you ever have to put all the stock stuff back in. So I keep everything together. I'll get a Ziploc bag at the end and put all these little screws, all the springs, everything together with these humbuckers. All right, everybody. So I lied. First, we're gonna open up one of these pots and make sure the holes are big enough, which I can see right now are definitely not. Well, I didn't really want to get the pickups in and then have to drill holes and get dust all over them. As you can see, took a nice chunk out of the paint because we just can't help ourselves but be completely dirty here at Dirty Jersey. The washer that's gonna go around the pickup will cover most of it. Hopefully not the pickup, I'm sorry, the pot. And then I'll have the knob on there, so it really shouldn't be seen. That is unfortunate. How that happened, I put my tape on each side of the holes, and this first one, I was able to get my finger, I flipped the guitar over and I drilled it out, which I know is a big no-no. I did the next one from the top here because I was a little worried because this top is real thin, but that came out really nice. This one, of course, did not. Unfortunately, sometimes it is what it is. Like I said, this is a workhorse guitar. Happy, loving it the way it looks because I know it feels and plays the way I like. And now I'm just making it sound the way I like. So if a little chip in the wood or an offset tuner or two is gonna be the cost to get it to sound the way I want it to, so be it, unfortunately. I know it's not okay for everybody, and I know there are definitely people that if they even watched this far, they are cringing their mind out. And that's okay too. I know the Switchcraft switch fits in there, so we are officially done drilling. We're officially done playing with wood. Alright guys, we are at one of the more annoying parts of the install, which is going to be getting these springs, I don't know if you can see it, between, you gotta get the screw, oh my goodness, this screw's gotta go through here, through there, into the pickup with one of these springs in between. Alright, so here's the Air Norton, the cream Air Norton, the black bobbins, looks really good, really good. I think this is a cool pickup combination. I don't think it's gonna tickle everybody's belly, but I do think it's sick. Now I'm gonna not make my life harder, and I'm gonna thread these through before we do anything else, just like we always say we will. All right, guys, we got it figured out now. As you can see, the high ends need to be on this side so that the strings come off and everything's even, and then down into the saddles and whatnot. But yeah, let's see. I think that looks pretty sick, personally. Of course, got a couple scratches from that flathead screwdriver because I can't help myself. But again, this thing's gonna see a lot more abuse as it goes. Can I turn this light off? I don't know if that helps with the look or not. I'm trying to think how I want to, there is a lot of room in here, a lot of space, so I'll probably leave these wires the length they are. I'm gonna have to probably solder it right on the guitar, which I don't love doing, but I've done it before without destroying the paint, and I think that's what we're gonna have to do. It's been a while since I soldered. I'm not happy with that. I'm gonna keep on trucking though. I'm the absolute worst at getting proper grounds on the back of pots. That job right there looks like it should work for me. I would not hire myself for anybody, but I can do work that works. I'm not saying I'm a god among men when it comes to this kind of stuff. One thing I will say is all the guitars I've worked on, no matter how good or bad everything looks, they're all mine. Like I don't do this for anybody else. So to be fair, my shitty jobs are, you know, completely fine for myself. They've all worked, they've all done what they need to do, and I have yet to have one guitar take a shit strictly because of solder work. I'm gonna try grounding the bridge to the switch because that'll be grounded to both pots. Now all that's left to do is connect each pot to the pickup selector and then connect it all to the output. Alright guys, so we're almost there. 2 more solders, just the hot and ground on the jack. Then we get to plug everything in and just see if it'll make noise. And then I'll set up some stuff to do some demos as long as everything looks good. Alright guys, I'm going to take the risk and just loosely put everything together and pray that it makes some noise. And we test that by basically taking a screwdriver and we're going to tap the humbuckers. Go through all the settings, split coil, full humbucker, both, each, and then at that point you have to put strings on it, so you might as well put it all together because odds are it'll work as long as everything's making noise. Alright everybody, here we go. I just got the GoPro kind of set up just to capture this. Let me turn the volume on the amp up a little. But I'm just going to turn up the bridge. Sounds like the bridge has power. We're going to touch it. And the neck doesn't. Yep. Now if we pull it up. Yep. It sounds like it might be backwards, but now the neck, volume. Volume, yep. Split coil. See that? See how the top one works? The bottom coil doesn't. Push down. Top and bottom. I'm going to ship it. I'm going to put her back together. I'm going to get some tones. See how I feel. Yeah, I'm going to string her up. I'm going to plug her in. And we'll get some tones. Alright guys, so got the stainless steel tip in. Got these cool yin yang wooden push pull knobs. Well, they're just the knobs. And there she is. So let's hear it. All right, guys. Well, I hope that was okay for you, because at parts it sucked for me, but I'm really happy. We got her looking good now, up on the wall. Really happy with the outcome. Another motorcycle vlog this Wednesday coming out. There should be more fun stuff next week too. It's fall, so it's getting into that music season time. But I will say, if you want to know more specifics about how I have it wired up, push pulls and everything, split coils, and you actually want to get some real tone tests in there instead of just hearing what it sounds like, put that in the comments. Oh, and make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, bell, all that fun stuff. Can't forget that. All right, peace.